Main exercise question 2.3. A calorie is a unit of heat. You know already that calorie is a unit of heat, especially for energy when it is in transition, and it's equal to about 4.2 joule, means 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joule, where again joule is kilogram meter square second inverse square. See, joule is a derived unit. Basically, it is kilogram meter square second inverse square, but known as joule. Suppose we employ a system of units in which the unit of mass is equal to alpha kilogram, the unit of length is equal to beta meter, and the unit of time is gamma second. Show that the calorie has a magnitude 4.2, alpha inverse, beta inverse square, and gamma square in terms of this new unit. First, let me explain the question. We know in, let us say, SI unit system, the mass is represented by unit kilogram. In, let us say, CGS unit system, the mass is represented by the unit gram. But we know that gram can be written as 10 raised to minus 3 kilogram. This 10 raised to minus 3 is a magnitude. That is a magnitude or a numerical value. Okay, now further, here we have been given a new unit system. Let me just name it like a new. So in this new, the mass is represented by alpha kilogram. See, here it was 10 raised to minus 3 kilogram. Likewise, here this is alpha kilogram, where alpha is a numerical value, some numeric value. Okay, for length in SI unit, we know that we use meter as unit, and in CGS we use centimeter. But this centimeter can be again written as 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So this 10 raised to minus 2 is a numeric value. The same way in this new unit system, we have been given the unit as beta meter. So beta is a numeric value here. Then comes, let us say, for time, in SI we use second, in CGS also we use second. But here it is said that we have to use gamma second. This way, gamma is a numeric value for this unit of time. So we have to derive the whole unit of calorie into this new unit system. Now let me first erase all of this stuff and let me write it again. The thing is that we are having one SI unit, and in that, for mass, let us take M1, which represents kilogram as unit, and we are having one new unit system. Let us name it like new only, and here the mass is represented by unit alpha kilogram, not kilogram only, but alpha kilogram. The same way, let us say length is represented by unit meter in SI, we know already, and here length L2 in the new unit system is represented by beta meter. Time in SI T1 is represented by second, and time in new unit system T2 is represented by gamma second. In such case, one equation is very much useful. Let me show that. N1 unit 1 is equal to N2 unit 2. Here this N1 and N2 are some numeric value, and unit 1 and unit 2 are obviously units of one physical quantity but in different unit system. As you can see here, Here we are talking about SI unit system, and here we are talking about the new unit system. So we can say that this unit 1 will be the unit of any physical quantity in SI, and unit 2 will be the unit of that physical quantity only, but in the new unit system. And N1 and N2 will be the numeric values. So this equation is very much useful to find out a numerical relation between two units of different unit systems, but one physical quantity only. Remember, this can be applicable only for one physical quantity, but units of two unit system. For example, the SI unit of energy or heat is, we know, joule, and the CGS unit, I am talking about CGS unit of heat or energy, is erg. So by this equation we can find out the relation between joule and erg. But here we have to find out relation between joule and this new unit system. Now this equation can be also useful for the dimensional formula of that particular physical quantity. Here I can write N1 M1 raised to A, L1 raised to B, and T1 raised to C is equal to N2 M2 raised to A, L2 raised to B, and T2 raised to C. Obviously here the power of MLT will be same, because we are talking about one physical quantity. Only the thing is, there are two units of two different unit system, not two different physical quantity. Physical quantity is the same. That's why the dimensional formula in both the side will be same. So this equation we will be using in our this question. Now let us move forward. Here we are discussing about calorie. Now 1 calorie is already said that it is 4.2 joule, but joule is again kilogram meter square second inverse square. So I can write it is 4.2 kilogram meter square second inverse square. Now I can put this in form of dimension formula. So it will be 4.2 and M1, this is kilogram, so M1, then meter square, so L2, and second inverse square, so T minus 2. Right now we are discussing in the first unit system, that is the SI unit system. So I'll put here M1, L1 and T1. So this is calorie is 4.2 M1 raised to 1, L1 raised to 2 and T1 raised to minus 2. Now we will use this equation to find out the numeric value in the new unit system. So I'll write here that using N1 M1 raised to 1, L1 raised to 2, T1 raised to minus 2 is equal to N2, and the dimensional formula in the new unit system, that is M2 raised to 1, L2 raised to 2 and T2 raised to minus 2. Now here we need to stop and discuss one thing. See, this M2 is alpha kg and M1 is kg. So I can write that M2 is alpha M1, because I can replace this kg with M1. So I can write M2 is alpha M1, L2 is beta L1, and T2 is gamma T1, right? So that I am going to place here in this right side. So let me put here. Also, this N1 is the numeric value of the first unit system, which is already given 4.2, and N2 is the numeric value which we want to find out. So let me put the all stuff here. This is 4.2. Here it is M1 raised to 1, L1 raised to 2, T1 raised to minus 2. N2 is the numeric value which we want to find out, and for M2, as I discussed, I should write alpha of M1, and the power of M2 was 1, so I have to put here 1. Then at the place of L2 I can put beta L1 and the power is 2, so here 2. At the place of T2 I can put gamma T1 and raised to minus 2. Now solving all this, we will get 4.2 is equal to N2 alpha raised to 1, beta raised to 2 and gamma raised to minus 2, because M1 raised to 1 and L1 raised to 2 and T1 raised to minus 2 will be cancelled out from both the sides. In short, we are having now N2 that is equal to 4.2. Watch it now. Alpha raised to minus 1, beta raised to minus 2 and gamma raised to plus 2. Are you getting this? See, I have taken N2 as subject. So the sign of the power of alpha, beta, gamma will be changed. Here it was alpha raised to 1, this is alpha raised to minus 1, beta raised to 2, beta raised to minus 2 and gamma raised to minus 2 will become gamma raised to 2. So this is the magnitude which was asked. Here it is said that show that the calorie has a magnitude 4.2 alpha raised to minus 1, beta raised to minus 2, gamma raised to 2 in terms of the new units. So this is our final answer, that the magnitude N2 is 4.2 alpha raised to minus 1, beta raised to minus 2 and gamma raised to 2. Let us see question number 2.4 of the main exercise of chapter 2. Explain this statement clearly. To call a dimensionless quantity large or small, it is meaningless without specifying a standard for comparison. In view of this, reframe the following statements wherever necessary. See, this is very true. Whenever we want to compare some physical quantity, like showing it large or showing it small or something like that, we need some reference. We need some standard with respect to which we can say it is larger or it is smaller. So with that context, here we have been given few lines, few statements, and we have to correct them if it is necessary. Let us see the statements. A. Atoms are very small objects. B. A jet plane moves with great speed. C. The mass of Jupiter is very large. D. The air inside this room contains a large number of molecules. E. A proton is much more massive than an electron. And F. The speed of sound is very smaller than the speed of light. Now in these statements, you can see in this first 4 statement, there is no reference given. Means it is not compared with respect to some standard reference. So we need to correct them. Here are the corrected statements of the first four statements. In the first statement, we can write atoms are very small compared to the size of groundnuts. So here we have given a comparison, a reference with respect to which we are saying that atoms are very small. Because as it is already said that it is meaningless to use word large and small without specifying a standard of comparison. Now the second statement. Second statement we can write like speed of jet plane is much more than the speed of express bus. Here also we are giving a reference that speed of jet plane is more than a speed of express bus. In third statement we can write mass of Jupiter is very large compared to the mass of Pluto. Here also we are putting a comparison that mass of Jupiter is large, but compared to what? Compared to the mass of Pluto. The fourth statement we can put like number of air molecules inside this room is very large compared to the number of molecules in 1 mole air. Here also we are putting a comparison that number of molecules inside this room is very large, but very large compared to what? Compared to the molecules inside 1 mole of air. In the last two statements, a comparison is already given, means a reference is already used to compare. So we need not to do any corrections there. The statements are a proton is much more massive than electron. It is already said that proton is massive than what? Than electron. In the statement F, the speed of sound is much smaller than speed of light. Here also it is said that the speed of sound is smaller than what? Than the speed of light.